The Oval Office was the setting for a dramatic encounter on February 28, 2025. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived seeking increased U.S. support in the face of the ongoing war with Russia. However, the meeting quickly devolved into a heated exchange between Zelensky and former U.S. President Donald Trump, who had returned to the White House alongside his Vice President J.D. Vance. At the heart of the dispute was a proposed minerals deal. Zelensky hoped to exchange access to Ukraine's rich natural resources for increased military aid and security guarantees from the U.S. Trump, however, accused Zelensky of being ungrateful for past American assistance and demanded greater respect. The meeting ended abruptly with no deal reached and Trump publicly dismissing Zelensky. Trump later took to social media criticizing Zelensky's perceived lack of respect and accusing him of not being truly committed to peace. The collapse of the meeting sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles and raised serious questions about the future of U.S.-Ukraine relations. With the war still raging, the stakes could not have been higher. One thing is better though, we don't have to smell Nancy Pelosi's stale farts in the Oval Office. Trump's explosive meeting with Zelensky must be viewed within the context of his broader strategy towards the war in Ukraine. Trump has long been critical of U.S. involvement in the conflict, blaming Ukraine for the war's outbreak, and repeatedly praising his close relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Many analysts believe that Trump's aggressive stance towards Zelensky is a deliberate tactic designed to pressure both Ukraine and Russia into negotiating a peace deal. By threatening to withdraw U.S. support, Trump may be hoping to force Zelensky to the negotiating table, while simultaneously signaling to Putin that he is open to a negotiated settlement that addresses Russia's security concerns. However, this high-stakes gamble carries significant risks. Trump's critics argue that his approach could backfire, emboldening Putin and potentially leading to further escalation. They also point out that pressuring Ukraine to make concessions without addressing Russia's aggression sets a dangerous precedent for future conflicts. The coming weeks and months will reveal whether Trump's controversial strategy will succeed in bringing an end to the devastating war in Ukraine. However, one thing is certain: Trump's actions have once again shaken the foundations of international order. The international community watched in astonishment as the meeting between Trump and Zelensky unfolded. Reactions have been swift and varied, reflecting the high stakes involved and the deep uncertainty surrounding Trump's ultimate objectives. Western allies, already concerned by Trump's previous overtures to Russia, expressed deep disquiet. French President Emmanuel Macron and British Labour Party leader Keir Starmer had both met with Trump in the days leading up to the Zelensky meeting, urging him to maintain support for Ukraine. Their efforts, however, appear to have been in vain. European leaders, caught off guard by the sudden deterioration in U.S.-Ukraine relations, scrambled to respond. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni called for a summit with Trump and European leaders to discuss the crisis. Others began reviewing their own military stockpiles, preparing for the possibility of increased support for Ukraine in the event of a U.S. withdrawal. Meanwhile, Russia predictably welcomed Trump's actions. The Russian Foreign Ministry issued a statement praising Trump for standing up for peace and denouncing Zelensky as a puppet of the West. The international fallout from the Trump-Zelensky meeting is only just beginning. The coming days and weeks will be crucial in determining whether the rift between the U.S. and Ukraine can be repaired and what impact Trump's actions will have on the trajectory of the war. The dramatic events of recent days have shone a spotlight on Trump's unorthodox approach to foreign policy and its potential consequences for the future global order. Trump's willingness to use pressure tactics, his disdain for traditional alliances, and his apparent affinity for strongmen like Putin have all been on full display. While some argue that Trump's methods are necessary to break through diplomatic stalemates and achieve peace, others fear that they are eroding the rules-based international system that has prevailed since the end of World War II. They worry that Trump's actions embolden authoritarian leaders, undermine democratic values, and make the world a more dangerous place. The long-term impact of Trump's tactics remains to be seen. However, his actions have undoubtedly ushered in a period of profound uncertainty and instability in international relations. As the world grapples with the implications of Trump's return to the world stage, one thing is clear: the future of global order hangs in the balance.